Hey there, everybody. EdTech specialist Rusty Anderson, and today we're going to talk about incident IQ and how to get some of your tickets in quicker and get them dealt with and get your situation figured out a little bit more expedited. Brandon made a video a year and a half ago about how to use incident IQ, and it has a walkthrough for first-time users. So this video is going to be more on how to get quicker results and make sure your ticket goes where it needs to go to get those results. So one thing we're going to talk about here is as far as how many tickets are in the district right now. I can show you this page and just scroll down, make you dizzy real quick. 654 total tickets right now that are being worked. So we could go on for 7 pages just like this of how many tickets we have. Okay, so that's enough to make anybody dizzy, just the thought of it. So a couple things about making new tickets. If you want to get those in and get quality results the fastest way possible, knowing that you're one of 654 people trying to get something fixed, we need to make sure that you go to the right category, that you pick the right device if possible, the right software, whatever it is that you're having issues with. And yours won't have facilities maintenance here, but other requests is actually going to be an important one that we'll look at. So you have the 3: computers and electronics, software and online systems, other requests. So you have those 3. And let me show you kind of what we're talking about, to things not to do. Clever can't log in, and this is going to go to no man's land because Clever as an app needs to be put in through iPads for the Apple team, and there's a way to do that. So if I were in Instant IQ, and first of all, software and online systems is where I go for apps. Well, Apple App Store is what's going to get me there quickest, because that information they had on there was, please push Clever app onto the following iPads, and they're going to handle these sick kiddos that went home, DVAP. And between Instant IQ having the Apple App Store, and they already provided what actual iPads with the asset tag, that's going to get Garrett Gervais his information he needs to get those out quickly. As it sits, this came to EdTech because it said Clever, like the app Clever that you use online, the website, or that any kid uses for their textbooks. Any kid in the district can get on Clever and access their stuff. So we need to make sure if it's an iPad specific issue, it goes to the iPad team. So you need to choose Apple App Store from software. So we did that. New ticket. We did software online systems. We did Apple App Store. Okay, so we got that down here. Issue not listed. Some things that secondary folks, let's go ahead and talk about this one. If you run into some type of software at a conference, something that you think is really neat and you want to buy it, please check with your coordinators and EdTech before you purchase anything, because technology has specific protocols between SIPA and COPA and FERPA and all the different things. June has to make sure that our student data privacy is being considered, something not to mess with, not to sell. Companies can't take it and use it, or even throw up a screenshot in a training with our kids' names in it. It's very highly regarded information. So with hospitals and schools being targeted for young kids' information to be, dealt with over the next 18 years until they become an adult, we don't want these kids becoming 18 and getting, hit up for things that their credit, say their identity's been stolen and they're trying to get their first credit card or their first car loan or something, and they can't because their identity was stolen when they were in kindergarten. Things like that. So please check with EdTech or your curriculum coordinator to see if maybe there's already something purchased within the district that you could use. Okay, real quick here. Going to get back to another thing on Instant IQ. Okay, so computers and electronics. Notice it'll have all of your stuff usually, and I've got a lot of stuff here. So it has these for quick clicks that I can access and say I'm having a problem with my Dell 3189. So I click that and it automatically creates a ticket. It has the asset tag attached to it, and technology knows which device I'm having trouble with. There's not a whole lot of options as far as categories here. So if you don't see your desktop computer listed up here, and it's not listed there as an option, show all categories is going to be your best friend. And there you have desktops. And getting in there, you're going to have all the different models. And you can say, I don't know the model, but look down under your desk at the tower or wherever your tower is, and it's probably going to be a 7020 or 7010. And those are the things that help technology expedite your ticket. It gets things done faster. But we also, back on this one, when you don't click a category and you go with issue not listed, those kind of go to no man's land and they don't get dealt with. So this is pre-K through 12. Anything you guys are dealing with, we want those to get dealt with and handled. But if you click issue not listed, that's going to create a problem for you getting your stuff fixed in a timely manner. So it's usually where you'll get stuck is on software. I should have just started a new ticket. Software and online systems. And you'll go down here and either you didn't see it on first glance or you were just in a hurry because you're trying to teach a class full of 30 children and you click software not listed. That's going to go to issue not listed and it gets lost in no man's land. And out of those 654 tickets, we probably have a few every day that are lost in no man's land, and they get kind of sorted out by whoever ends up with it. Like I said, EdTech might end up with something that technology needs. We might have something that a coordinator needs to see, but it ended up at technology. So those types of things are what we're talking about. How to get your stuff dealt with and fixed in a timely manner. Okay, so one last thing. When you're doing these tickets, I'm going to go over to this document, and this will be attached to the email when Brandon sends it out to you. So you'll have this on the same email as the video that you're watching. This is a list of all the categories listed in Incident IQ, from hardware to software to other requests. And other requests is important because when a student or an employee can't log into something, that's where user accounts is going to be. If you want to purchase technology, that's where it is. So back over here on Instant IQ, we're going to do new ticket. I'll show you what that looks like real quick and then I'll let you go. User accounts, usually something to do with somebody can't log in. Okay. If it is another issue and it's other, but it's on user accounts, that'll get to the right people. That is already listed for user accounts. It's not just going to go under other. So other request here, you get to describe it. It's already going to go to the user account guys over in IT that handle those. Okay, so new ticket. We'll go over there to other requests again. Technology purchase request. A lot of times this is for hardware. So if you do this for software, there may be a little bit of a delay trying to get it to the coordinators or to EdTech, but we're working on that. So hopefully either a follow-up email or some way we'll let you know when we separate those out and we can make those software versus hardware requests. If you're trying to buy a printer or a webcam or something, this is definitely the place to go. But for now, it might be a good place for you to also request your software stuff. So anything you need, IIQ, this is where you want to look. I'm going to send this along so you have all the things, all the categories. All right. If you need anything, give us a shout. EdTech at moreschools.com. See ya.